Today, I'm going to talk to you about a concept that was presented in the movie The Matrix, but more scientifically by Rupert Sheldrake. And it concerns the quantum field that connects everything in creation and how it affects you. You're going to find this is an interesting subject, as well as an important one, as it explains much of what you experience in the subtle realms in meditation, but it also gives you an understanding of the nature of reality and how we affect each other. It's known that you live in a field of energy, which is in and through you and all around us. But you're probably not aware of the nature or the qualities being held in this field because they lie beyond the range of the five senses. So this field is called a subtle energy field. And it is a field of consciousness and potentiality. And through it, everything and everyone is connected. In biology, there are recognized fields responsible for the development and maintenance of bodily forms in plants and animals, and they're called morphogenetic fields. They were first proposed back in the 1920s, but the nature of these fields has remained somewhat obscure. So a more modern researcher named Rupert Sheldrake suggests that they're actually part of a much larger family of fields called morphic fields, which include fields of animal behavior and social fields that organize societies. For example, fish and birds can choose to go in any direction, but schools of fish and flocks of birds all move together in schools or flocks rather than randomly. The means by which information or patterns are transferred from one to another is called morphic resonance. It's somewhat akin to the resonance effect that happens when you pluck a string on an instrument and the other strings begin to vibrate in resonance with it. With morphic resonance, these influences don't decrease with distance or time. That's the remarkable part of it. And the greater the degree of similarity of the systems involved, the greater the influence of morphic resonance. Now, with people, there's a kind of collective memory in the morphic field similar to what is called collective unconsciousness or the mass consciousness. This is what happens with fads and styles. Many people get all excited about the same kinds of things at about the same time. They have to have them. Inventors have experienced this with several people coming up with the same invention at the same time, even though they had no contact or foreknowledge of each other. And as incredible as it may seem, this phenomenon is also observed in non-living systems. For example, when a new chemical compound is synthesized by chemists and it crystallizes, it might take a long time for the crystals to form the first time. There is no pre-existing morphic field for the lattice structure. But when the first crystals form, they make it easier for similar crystals to appear anywhere in the world. And the more often the compound is crystallized in one place, the easier it is to crystallize everywhere else. Chemists usually explain this effect by being caused by invisible dust particles of the crystal in the atmosphere. Or maybe chemists are learning somehow to be more efficient in producing the new product. But the hypothesis of morphic fields predicts that this would happen, even if dust particles are filtered out of the air. The easiest way to test for morphic fields is to work with similar groups. For example, similar animals can be separated in such a way that they cannot communicate with each other by normal sensory means. If information still travels between them, this would imply the existence of some kind of an interconnection provided by a morphic field. There's actually a lot of circumstantial evidence that animal behavior can evolve rapidly, as if a collective memory were building up through morphic resonance. An example of this was written about in The New Scientist in 1988, and it concerns cattle guards. Ranchers in the American West, in the Southwest, found that they can save money on cattle guards by using fake ones, which basically is just painting stripes across a road. And the real cattle guard is composed of pipes or tubes or rails that have gaps between them. And that makes it difficult for cattle to walk across them with their hooves. So today, present day cattle usually don't even try to cross it if it's just paint. So they found that the illusory guards work just as well as the real ones. When cattle approach them, they put on the brakes with all 4 feet. What's interesting is even calves encountering for the first time avoid them just as much as cattle previously exposed to real guards, even if they've never seen a cattle guard before. This aversion is thought to be the result of morphic resonance from previous members of the species that have learned to avoid cattle guards. In a series of experiments, rats learned how to escape from a maze. New batches of rats were tested month by month, year by year, and as time went on, rats in laboratories all over the world escaped more and more quickly. The transfer of information through morphic fields is one way to explain it, and it also seems to apply to some kind of telepathy. For instance, telepathy between people and domesticated animals is discussed in a book that came out in 1999 titled Dogs That Know When Their Owners Are Coming Home. It was by Rupert Sheldrake. What was found is that often dogs and cats seem to know when their owners are returning, even when they come home at non-routine times in unfamiliar vehicles, such as taxis, and no one at home knew they were coming home. But the animals seem to be responding telepathically to their owner's intentions. Another example is we still don't know how animals migrate. I find it fascinating, for instance, that a hummingbird's brain is incredibly small. It's about the size of a grain of rice. And yet, despite its tiny size, a hummingbird's brain is remarkably powerful. They can remember every flower that they visited and how long it takes for them to refill with nectar. Hummingbirds migrate thousands of miles. How do they do that with that tiny little brain? They can also perform very complex aerial maneuvers with precision. And they even recognize individual humans and remember who refilled their feeders. So at least some of this may be due to these invisible fields that we're calling these morphogenic fields, connecting animals to their destinations. Morphic resonance has many implications for us. For instance, in general, this may account for it being easier to learn what others have learned before, because the information is in the mass consciousness, what some refer to as a non-local mind. And this is good news for all of us, because morphic fields give some explanation for what we experience. We're all connected, and everything in creation is connected in a far deeper and more real way than most people realize. Our consciousness then, in turn, affects everyone else. And so this is the principle behind groups meditate on the same subject. So let's do this. Let's meditate together now. Arrange yourself comfortably for this meditation. You should not be doing anything else at this point during this video and this guided meditation. So if you are driving or doing anything else, save this part of the video for another time when you can be undisturbed. Find a place where you will not be disturbed and close your eyes if they're not yet closed. And begin by taking in a breath in through your nose and hold it for just a moment. and then let it gently out through your mouth. This is a signal to yourself that it is now time to relax and enter into your inner space of meditation. Continue breathing normally and naturally as you allow yourself to relax more and more. And using your creative imagination, imagine that you are now in a beautiful park area. This is an area filled with beauty and harmony, and you choose a nice, comfortable spot under a tree where you can relax on some soft pillows that are there and just absorb this beautiful environment. And arrange yourself now so you are completely comfortable and from where you can appreciate the harmony and the love that permeates all of nature. Telepathically tell Mother Earth now that you love her. I love you, Mother Earth. You are my home. The beauty that you see and feel springs from that love. Everything is a manifestation of love, even you. So repeat this in your mind after me. I feel love. I generate and radiate love energy to all. Love fills my being with the truth and connection to all that I am. And now imagine a small pink light about the size of a pea in your solar plexus in the upper abdomen. And notice that it is gradually expanding and growing. It is pure, concentrated love energy. And it gradually expands larger and larger until it fills your whole body and being with love, even radiating out into your aura. The pink light of this energy represents unconditional love. And as it expands through you and merges and integrates into every organ, system, and cell of your body, it dissolves every cell of lower consciousness. And it replaces them with pure love, full, pure, unconditional love. And notice that it has not only filled your body, but it radiates out all around you. So your whole body and aura are glowing with a pink, unconditional love. And acknowledge to yourself, I now invite this pure love of creation to merge into every cell of my being. I merge this light of love into, around, and through the DNA that composes my body. I invite this pure, unconditional love into, around, and through my brain and nervous system. Fully merging and integrating the awareness and presence of all in the embrace of love throughout my body and being. Sense the frequency of every cell is being transmuted by pure love. And it has an uplifting feeling of well-being. And you can sense this energy radiating from you and all around you. The love energy fills your entire aura, and it expands out to 100 feet all around you, encompassing everything in and around you, and penetrating deeply into the core of every identity you think is you. Merge this transformational light of love into every feeling of lack, into every self-criticism, into every fear. Sense and feel and imagine yourself filling with this love, becoming brighter and more intense, second by second. This love is actually the quality of your own soul. So we're really connecting with the depths of the consciousness, the presence, the intelligence of your soul. And that soul is an aspect of the divine. It's what connects you to everything. And that soul is the interface between you and your individual self and the entire field of consciousness that we all exist in. Now continue repeating silently after me. I surrender to the deepest love. I feel and allow the pure, deep love to merge deeply into me. I open my heart now to merge more and more deeply into deep love. I allow pure, deep love to merge deeply into my heart. And now just notice what you are sensing and feeling. This merging process I refer to as soul merge. You're actually merging your soul and all of its qualities, which is primarily unconditional love, into your body, into your consciousness, into your beliefs, into your causal body, which is where all the karma is stored, and it transmutes everything into love, dissolving all of the illusions and all of the pain and all of the struggle. And you can keep merging deeper and deeper into it throughout your body, bathed in the pure essence and presence of this love. Breathe it in, bringing it in, and accepting it into every cell of consciousness from head to toe and everything in between. Continue to notice the feelings, the vibrations, and what you sense throughout your physical body. And allow yourself to keep filling with the full frequencies and the vibrations of deep love. allowing your organs to welcome it in until they are radiant from the inside out with pure iridescence, pink, unconditional love. And now repeat these thoughts in your mind after me. I open my heart now to merge more and more deeply into love. I allow the pure, deep love of God to merge deeply into my heart, drinking it in. And as it pours through you, let it wash over you until nothing else can be seen or perceived in you or around you. There's only the presence of warm love and acceptance. This is the essence of creation and all existence. It is what your soul is made out of. It is what you are and who you are. And there are countless beings in all of creation who have evolved to feel this love unconditionally all the time, including feeling it for you. For they realize the very purpose for their existence is to love and be loved. And this is also your purpose. And it is also your destiny. And all enlightened beings know this. We are love. We are made of love. We are made by love. And we are made for love. And now continue repeating silently after me. I surrender to the deepest love. I feel and allow the pure, deep love to merge and absorb into me. I open my heart now to merge more and more deeply into deep love. This is a love that extends far beyond any ideas of loving for a reason or for obtaining something. It's totally pure, completely 100% unconditional. And it is the force that drives all creation and all existence. It is the pure creative essence out of which everything which exists emerges. It is the nature of God, the nature of the universe, and the underlying nature of your life. This is the essence of your purpose in existing. So you can share love, feel love, receive love, give love, be love. Love and be loved. Love is the full rhythm behind the creation of the universe. And now we have awakened it and energized it through you, and it radiates from you. And it is your new consciousness level vibration, always present. You are and always have been pure love and light. How could you be anything else when that is what holds all the creation together? How could you or would you be anything else? Anything other than this love is a distortion of a perception through an ego filter, which is not your truth. So just relax now and feel the resonance, the vibration, the presence of all of this. Notice the calmness, the overwhelming peace and tranquility. The feeling and sense of safety and security, and everything is okay. Everything is safe. Everything is pure love. And you are awakened to this now. You have awakened to the truth of who and what you are, a being of love. This has always been true. You just forgot. It is the true essence of your soul, and now it is awakened and with you forevermore. Now call all of your energy into present time, right here and right now. I call all of my energy right here, right now, and I release and let go of everything that is not true in this moment. As I bring myself fully alert and aware, take all of this meditation with you today and every day.